What's good, Laker Nation? Today I want to talk about Catch 22 as far as the Lakers and the Raptors. They both in Catch 22 situations. Uh, I told you guys in previous blogs that I has a friend that I grew up with that's very connected, and he has a lot of friends in the league, and he worked for the NBA. He do a lot of work for the NBA. And we was together this weekend in person, and I was just asking him a few things, and he was saying how the Lakers and Raptors both in catch 22 situations. He said, as far as the Lakers, he said Mitch and Jim Buss really like the young players and really want to give them a chance to develop. If it's up to him, he will at least give it at least one more year. This way, Clarkson will have 3 years under his belt. Julius Randle and D'Angelo Russell and will have 2 full years under their belt. Julius Randle is in Jordan Clarkson's rookie class, but he only played one game, even though he got to go through a training camp in the summer league. So, Mitch really want to give them another year and see how it works before he start trading them off and things like that. But he in a situation where he might have to do that if a trade comes that he feels is necessary. Jim Buss put himself in a tough situation when he said that he gonna step down from basketball operations if the Lakers is not in contention in 3 years. This is the third year here, and we all know they're not gonna be in contention unless they do with the Celtics. They make a couple blockbuster moves and be able to sign some major free agents. And so right now it's not looking good for him. I just hope that Mitch is not, caught up in that situation with him. Now, like I said, he wanna give these guys at least one more year and see how they develop. Because last year was basically like a wash, considering like the Kobe Bryant situation. But then they also, and like far as this all ties into DeMar DeRozan, Mitch really do not want to give him no $25 million a year, no max contract. But Mitch and Jim need to see if they can really get a big free agent. Like it's like a mental thing. Like, can I do it? Can we make this move for us to get like a big free agent? So that's what they fighting up against too. But he's not crazy about paying him $25 million. Kevin Durant is like a long shot right now, and most of the restriction guys, it's really tough to get them. That's not in his power. But far as like the Rosen and the Whiteside, he really want Whiteside. The Rosen, he doing the save face to see that the Lakers still contract a big free agent. They don't really want to go 3 straight years while landing a marquee name player. But he's really not crazy about giving him no $25 million a year. But so that's their situation right there. As far as the Raptors, they in the catch 22 situation, and theirs is like even bigger because they really don't want to give DeMar DeRozan $25 million either, but they feel they had to. They like DeMar, and simple fact that they drafted him, they would like to keep him around. But see, the situation came across. DeMar, his loyalty first is to Kyle Lowry, and then to Toronto. He likes Toronto a lot, but really Lowry, because he was a real advocate for Lowry staying in Toronto. If you guys don't forget, you guys remember when the Knicks was inches away of getting Kyle Lowry. The Raptors asked the Knicks for a first round pick. The Knicks did not want to include the first round pick in that deal. Reason saying, because Lowry wanted 12 million a year, and the Raptors felt he should only get 8 with Brandon Jennings and Jeff Teague had got. They did not want to pay him $12 million. And this falls what I was saying earlier, that it's stuff behind the scenes that I didn't know, but my friend told me that this the things that happen. He said way before free agency, before the off season, I'm sorry, like beginning of the season, maybe the November, December, the agent throws out the number that he wants. They pretty much know what they're gonna try to shoot for their client to get. Early that season, the Kyle Lowry and his team wanted 12 per year. Toronto wasn't feeling that. They felt that he should get $8 million a year. He was before that he was on a contract getting $6 million. So they figured 8, maybe 9, they can do. They did not really want to pay him over $9 million. So they was already in a situation where they want to get rid of Kyle Lowry. So when the deadline came, they just threw him to the Knicks. Basically, they wasn't getting much back, but they wanted a first-round pick, and the Knicks didn't want to do that. Now, this pissed DeMar DeRozan off because he just signed the 4-year, $40 million contract, I think the year before that. Now, it pissed him off. He wanted to be with Kyle Lowry, but Toronto told him that they, pretty sure that they can get Brandon Jennings. And we all know Brandon Jennings and DeMar DeRozan grew up together. They knew each other since they was like 7 years old. I don't know if they're from the exact same neighborhood, but they both live in LA, and they grew up together playing pee wee ball from 7. They knew each other for a long time. So it eased DeRozan down some, as far as, because he was pissed off and he wanted to get traded when he found out that Kyle Lowry, behind the scenes, that, they was close to a deal with the Knicks. But they told him, we could get Brandon Jennings, so, just to soften him up some on that stand. But the Knicks didn't Knicks didn't want to include the first round pick. So when the summer came, Lowry's stock went up a little bit, and they ended up giving him the $12 million that they said that they was not trying to do. Now, as far as with Toronto, what they doing, see, they real bad situation right now because they give DeMar DeRozan the $25 million. They only gonna have $5 million to get a free agent. And they want a power forward. What power forward they gonna get for $5 million? Is that gonna be a difference maker for their team? Now we all know there's a couple teams next year gonna be a little better in the Eastern Conference. They wasn't no dominant team in the Eastern Conference already. So one thing about Masai Ujiri, he thinks ahead. He's a good GM. That's why he was really promoting Corey Joseph, and that's why he gave Terrence Ross the 4-year, $40 million deal, and he promoting Norman Powell. He, preparing just in case if DeRozan leave, the fan base wouldn't go crazy. So he, really massaging the fans on Terrence Ross, Norman Powell, and Corey Joseph. Now, as far as Corey Joseph's situation, Kyle Lowry gonna be a free agent next year. Kyle Lowry be 31 entering next season. He be 31. Now, Kyle Lowry gonna want $20 million a year, and they definitely don't want to do that. And the DeRozan people know that too, so they in a tough situation also because paying him $20 million at 31-year-old $20 million can be tough. And their team is, I don't think they're gonna be as good they was this year because Boston will be a little better, Miami will be a little better when Bosh come back, and Washington. And with the friend of mine tell me that Washington is in play for Harrison Barnes, because they think they can't get Kevin Durant now, and they probably prepared to offer Harrison Barnes a max contract because they want to put shooters around John Wall. So they have Bradley Beal, Harrison Barnes, Markieff Morris, and they have Gortat in the middle. And they feel they can really do some things to bring Otto Porter off the bench. And so they gonna go strong at the Harrison Barnes this year. So if that happens, they'll be a force to be reckoned with in the East. And like I said, Toronto can't prove because they Bismack is gone. They can't afford him. They don't have his bird rights. So he's gone. And he made it clear. He said, I like Toronto, but I also like my family and I like to feed my family. He said he had a real rough upbringing. So, he's not trying to take no discount, no major discount of $5 million. So he looking for the highest bidder right now. It's not about I'm gonna go to a winning team, a situation. He don't even stressing starting. That money right here is gone. He don't care if he's coming off the bench. He just want that money right now. So he ain't worrying about no starting role or no winning situation. And like I said, they only have $5 million left after they sign DeRozan to the $25 million. They really don't want to do that. So if he do leave, like I said, they would be mad because they already promoting Terrence Ross and Norman Powell, and they got Corey Joseph. They promote him because they don't think they're gonna re-sign Kyle Lowry next year. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Lowry they put him up for a trade during the deadline. So subscribe to me, please. Leave your comments. Let me know your opinion. Follow me on Twitter, Laker Beat News.